So as I look back on this last year, 2018, it is definitely a year that has been filled with some exciting moments and highlights and milestones for me. And I just want to take a moment in this video and just reflect on some of those highlights and some of my favorite moments and, like I said, milestones that I've achieved. But then again, I want to look forward to what 2019 has for me, for this channel, and what I'm excited about for the future. And the first thing that I want to talk to you about or share with you is the obvious. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for the love and the support that each and every one of you have shown me over this last year. It is amazing. It is overwhelming. It's still overwhelming sometimes with how much love and, like I said, support that you guys have shown me, and all of your comments and all of your questions and sharing your experiences with me and allowing me to give my advice and to help you grow through your journeys is just, it's crazy. And I can't thank you guys enough. And when I was sitting down to plan this video and looking back at some of the highlights that I wanted to point out, and some of the milestones that I wanted to point out as well. And when I look back, and 6 months ago, right? 6 months ago on June 18th, I remember the date and everything. 6 months ago on June 18th, I posted a video sharing my 100 subscriber milestone. Okay, way better. What is up? It's your boy Ron Banks, and I am back with another video. And as you can see, I am so excited. I'm out of breath. As you can see in the title of this video, I've hit 100 subscribers and I am just in complete, oh my gosh. It's crazy to think that 6 months later, we're already over 1,200 subscribers. And that is just like, that's mind blowing to me. And you guys can continue to support me and show your love and support this channel, and by subscribing and sharing your input and your advice in the comment section and just your experiences. It's like a little community that we're building, and I'm so excited for what the future has to hold and everything that I want to share in terms of minimalism and my creativity, and just continue to grow this channel and grow with all of you. And that's the first thing that has been a huge milestone for me this past year. But in addition to all of that, I kind of want to go back to the beginning of 2018 and just share kind of step by step some of the things that I've experienced, achieved, and just done here on YouTube. And the first thing, if we go all the way back to January, February time period, and during this time of the year, I was a part of a women's empowerment conference in the Chicagoland area. And I was asked to be a part of this conference and to write a poetry book for this conference, for the women attending this conference. When I was at the conference itself, I was very taken back by how much support I received and how many people were interested in the poetry book. And then I was also asked to perform at the Saturday night celebration, the dinner with all of the women and all of the guest speakers, and just me performing some of the poetry that I wrote for the conference was also a very interesting but exciting opportunity for me. So after the Women's Empowerment Conference and the book that I wrote for that conference, I wanted to do a challenge for myself in terms of my poetry and my creative writing. And over the course of 2018, I wrote 16 poems that reflected the true stories of my Instagram followers. And I've shared this here on the channel before, where I've asked my followers over on Instagram to share their personal stories with me, their deepest secrets, their hurts, their emotions, and allow me to turn that into a creative poem for them. And the response, again, was overwhelming. And the stories that I received and the honesty and the vulnerability that people shown me was crazy. And writing poems to reflect emotions and situations that I've never experienced was eye-opening for me. It really pushed me past my comfort zone emotionally, creatively, and just in general. So speaking of poetry, I also want to point out my favorite poem that I wrote in 2018 that was not for an Instagram follower. And there are two poems that come to mind. The first one is Black Boy, and that is a recent poem that I just posted here on the channel. But there's another poem that I wrote that was titled A Young Boy Looking Up to His Father. As a child, a young boy looking up to his father, I dreamed of one day being just like him. A man with a family and a wife, I watched him. That is a poem that I wrote to reflect the emotions that I had and the relationship that I had with my father. We're very close, and looking up to him and my brother looking up to him and wanting to be like him and wanting to provide for his family the way he provided for us, and just growing to be more of an adult and filling those shoes and responsibilities in my adulthood, and just reflecting on that and sharing that creatively. So those are two poems that I would say are my favorites that I wrote in 2018. So another thing that I want to reflect on that I decided to share here on YouTube was this last year, I finally built up enough courage to share my minimalist journey and experience here on my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. And I want to talk to you about why I became a minimalist, or why I chose to practice minimalism. I've talked about it before. At first, I was very hesitant to do so because I didn't feel like I fit the typical minimalist look or my aesthetic or anything like that. And I wasn't quite as far along my journey as I wanted to be before I decided to put it on the internet. And once I finally crossed that bridge and said, you know what, it's a growing journey and experience for me, and I want to share that growth and that experience with all of you to not only motivate and help you grow along your journey, but just to keep myself accountable, to see myself grow when I can look back on my experiences and the things that I've posted. And ever since I've done so, it has definitely been a great experience and something that I'm happy that I decided to do. And your response to it has definitely been a good response. And I'm excited to see where the new year goes with my journey through minimalism, my journey through life, and the things that I'm learning, the things that I'm changing and adapting. And I'm going to continue to share all of that with you and give advice and give my tips and help you out along your journey. And it's just, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for your support this last year, for your love this last year. And I can't wait to what 2019 has for me, and to see where I can take this journey in my YouTube channel and everything else that I'm doing in my life. And I'm just going to continue to share it. So I love you guys as always. Thank you so much for the support again. Always remember, like I always say, stay true to you, and I'll see you in the new year. Peace.